We are getting ready to kick off overtime here. TV Sports 27. We got SK Money. We got Spencer here. We just started a new episode for YouTube. We did tails per SK Money, assistant coach SK Money. And it is heads. Unbelievable. Steelers get the ball first, 24-24. It's a tie game. Washington Commanders, Pittsburgh Steelers. The Commanders' 5-game winning streak on the line here. The Steelers were down 7 points. They went down the field, took a field goal, onside kick, didn't get it, got the ball back, touchdown, and then J.P. Lossman responded by tying the game up. TV Sports 27 joining us in. There's the different social medias. Follow along. Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Patreon, and all our Patreon supporters. This is overtime. Overtime showdown between the Commanders and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Not Big Ben. It's Byron Leftwich, number 7. He's thrown 2 interceptions in this ball game. And these are classic NFL rules. So first catch, they would have won the game. First points wins the game no matter what. So whether it be field goal, touchdown, safety, carrier, pigeon, whichever, the first points win the game for either side. This is the first overtime we have played in this series with the Washington Commanders. So go check out the first half and the second half if you guys missed it. The entire thing is going up on Patreon early and ad-free, or go check it out on YouTube if you're watching in April. You can go watch the first half and the second half. Ricky Williams gets stuffed by London Fletcher, and it's going to be a 3-and-out for the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Commanders. We're going to get great field position here. Are we going to snatch victory from the hands of defeat here? T.O. calls a fair catch. And J.P. Lossman will step back out on the field. Kevin Falk, backup running back. J.P. Lossman, backup quarterback. Kevin Falk rushed for over 100 yards today, including a near 80-yard touchdown rush here in this game. But he gets dropped by Armstead. You see the numbers for Kevin Falk, 135, 21 attempts, 2 touchdowns. Lossman delivers this to Owens. That's a play J.P. Lossman likes. I must have Kevin Owens. Terrell Owens going over the top. You see T.O.'s numbers on the day, 7 catches, 129. J.P. Lossman, 10 of 20, 207, a touchdown, and an interception. Give to Kevin Falk again. Nothing happening for Kevin Falk up the middle. Troy Polamalu on this Pittsburgh Steelers team as well. Do the old hook and go. Of course, we got the Chris Berman post-game show after this, as well as the, what week are we in? Week 11, Week 12 wrap-up. Lossman, pressure, throws it, it's Conwell, and the Commanders are going to be in field goal range. That's Cronwell's first reception of the game. And Lossman, who's been sacked like 7 or 8 times today, sees the pressure get to his face and delivers wide open. Polamalu with his speed chased him down. Spence, what's your favorite Troy Polamalu play? I like the one where he jumps over the line on the hut, and he gets right in there and sacks them before they can even snap the ball. You can get pretty conservative now at this point. The Lions have officially lost their Thanksgiving game. So, go Pack, go, I suppose.
Wow, those are nice stats. Way to carry the ball.
Hand off, Kevin Falk. I think we can, should we go ahead and take the field goal now? 3rd and inches. It's always smart to go ahead and do the field goal on 3rd down, because, and the game even wants us to, because if something happens, bobbled, snap, blocked, or whatever, we get one more shot at it. This is for the win. 6 wins in a row, and it'd be a good comeback win for the Commanders.
predictable, but come on, guys.
Are they going to ice us? Spence, SK Money on the edge of their seat. Morton Anderson is good, and the Commanders get their 7th victory, 6 in a row, and they knock off the Pittsburgh Steelers.
A clean kick, no worries.
And that is going to do it.
That was big business. I did not think we were going to pull that one out, but we have won. We started off 1-4. 1-4, and we've won 6 in a row. Chris Berman's going to wrap this one up. We'll get a recap of everything that happened, and then we'll be back to close out this week in NFL football.
All right, Dan, thank you. So this one is in the books as we welcome you all to our ESPN Video Games post-game show. I'm Chris Berman. The Redskins stepped it up for sure, putting up some good numbers. Let's get started in this one early in the third quarter. Byron Leftwich would find his target on this one, a 23-yard play that set up a Steeler touchdown. This time at the 41, Kobe Reinhart was in the right place at the right time, as his interception was a possible momentum shifter. The Skins, after getting an interception, Skins behind by 7. Kevin Falk found a little opening. That was all he needed. They tie it up 14-all. Byron Leftwich would drop back and deliver a strike on this one. Game tied 14-all. Kevin Falk bounces this one to the outside and is going to get some room to maneuver out there. A 78-yard touchdown for the Redskins. The Steelers answer right back. Byron Leftwich would drop back and deliver a strike on this one. That set up a short 25-yard field goal. The Steelers, after a stop on 4th down, Steelers losing by 4. Byron Leftwich would find his target on this one. They take the lead again and go up by 3. The Skins come right back. J.P. Lossman is back. He's pretty much locked in on his wide receiver. He hits him. That set up an easy 24-yard field goal. Game tied 24-all. J.P. Lossman connected with his man on this one. That set up a 32-yard field goal. And that's where we'll leave this one. Skins edge out a win 27-24. Now let's talk to a player who was instrumental in their dominant running game and is our player of the game. Kevin Falk is down on the field with Susie Colbert. Suze?
Thank you, Chris. You transcended the competition today, and you won a close game today. What made the difference for you guys to come out triumphant today?
I have to give a lot of credit to our offensive line. Those guys often get overlooked, and they bring it every single game. I think that their hustle was a big part of us coming out on top.
Chris, back to you.
Thanks for tuning into ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports for 25 years and counting. I'm Chris Berman. We'll see you next time.
Taking a look at the injury report now, and, well, that's going to be it for Jason Sehorn here. We already knew about Mark Bolger being done for the season, fractured leg, so we got our top quarterback out, we got our top free safety out, although J.P. Lossman's kind of taken over for being top quarterback. I don't see Corey Dillon on this list anywhere, so I don't know why Corey Dillon is not playing. Let's look at the depth chart. Was he just benched or something? Or maybe he was out for one more game? Don't know. I mean, he should be healthy unless he was only out for that one extra game, and now he's back. Well, he'll be back next week, but either way, you see him clearly listed there. Let's watch the Chris Berman week wrap-up. We'll take a look at where we are in the playoff standings, and we'll get ready to wrap this one up and prepare for a Week 13 battle with the New York Giants. It'll be our second meeting with the New York Giants, as we're going to get the Giants, Eagles, Cowboys coming up here down the stretch. So here you go. Here's Chris Berman to wrap up last week in NFL.
Hi there, I'm Chris Berman. We got a lot of games to cover, so let's get to it. In our first game this week, we had the Saints come away with a decisive 10-point win. The Lions won this contest, but will stay at the third place in the NFC North. David, please come to Boston, stepped it up this week, and gave his team some added firepower for the win. We had an interesting free agency pickup of note here. Trey's got the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris. Let's switch gears and talk about players that'll have new homes in the National Football League, as free agency continues to play such a huge role in determining a team's makeup. This guy is on the move as he gets a contract for what can only be referred to as crazy money. 2 years, $1.6 million.
Redskins, Steelers.
Only be
Kevin Falk finds some running room on this one. Then it was off to the races. The Redskins go on to win this by the final score of 27-24. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Boomer, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Robbie Tobeck is probably the one that most leaps out at you. Doctors at the hospital reported finding a broken vertebra in his back, and needless to say, he'll be out for the rest of the season. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own mash unit. Ike Hilliard might be the biggest loss on this list. He'll be out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. Now, on to even bigger news, as you may have already heard. Jason Sehorn is done for the year as he's been placed on injured reserve, and as the quarterback of the defense, his loss will certainly be felt. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
Ty Streets pulled down 100-plus receiving yards and helped his Jaguars beat the Vikings. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Browns pick up win number 7. Eagles, Giants. 7. Lee Suggs is inside his own 20. Gets the handoff, goes off right tackle. The defense must have been fast asleep. The midfield, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. 82 yards. The Giants win this one by the final score of 14-13. In the gentle climbs of the Carolinas, we had the Panthers fall by 10 points. Up at Invesco Field at Mile High, we had the Broncos narrowly coming out on top by 5. The Cowboys got 300-plus yards from their offense in their victory at Texas Stadium. Titans, Texans. We had Phillip Rivers calls signals at the 12-yard line. He's so dangerous, buying time, moves out of the pocket, fires, touchdown. The Titans go on to win this by the final score of 31-20. The Jets lost on the road, but will get to head home and meet the Texans. The Chargers won this contest, but will stay at the first place in the AFC West. Reggie Williams had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. Rams, Packers. Dante Culpepper calls the signals at the 24-yard line. And a quick rollout. Boy, he has some time. What a bullet! Touchdown! The Rams win this one by the final score of 45-24. And last but not least, we had the Seahawks come away victorious. So let's change things up a bit and turn to a guy that's had his eye on the college game, and that's our own Mel Kiper Jr. He joins us now. Mel, your work never ends, I know. Believe me, I know better than anybody else. But it's never too early to start thinking about next year's draft, is it?
Never too early indeed. And now that, for the most part, the regular season in college football is behind us, we can really start looking back at the guys that have impressed me the most across college campuses this year. Elliott is one guy I look at. He's come a long way the past couple of years to be where he is now. 6 feet, 262, out of Wisconsin. And truly, he's a player that has just great instincts for the linebacker position. He can really see the whole football field. And he's also such a versatile player that he can both step up in run support and provide good coverage in zone defenses. Morris is another name that's becoming well known in NFL circles. As a corner, he's effectively controlled his side of the field all year long, and his makeup speed and great instincts make him almost certain to be one of the first corners drafted. So that'll do it for now, but expect there to be plenty happening between now and April.
So that'll just about do it. But before we go, I'm going to toss out a few game balls to my prime-time players. Each and every one of these men had a week to remember. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN.
All right, guys. Well, you saw kind of the big news there was that the Eagles got beat. So that would put us with, I mean, we were already in first place by all the tiebreakers, but now, without a doubt, because of this 6-game winning streak that we have been on, which is wild, we are now officially sitting, and look at some of the close games too that we have had down the stretch. Like Bears game was crazy, the Packers game, all these games they've been all close games. There's not been any big like blowout game other than when we were getting blown out there. But now we are far and away in first place as we will look at the team standings and tied with the Cowboys, but we have the head-to-head with the Cowboys. Eagles lost, so they go down, and we're actually right up there with the Panthers and the Rams for the top spot in the NFC. So we're going to look at the playoff picture right now. And in the AFC side of things, San Diego, they look like the team to beat at 10-1. They have clinched a spot in the postseason. You got the Jets, the Browns, the Titans, the whole AFC West right there in the hunt. And on the NFC side, we are the number 1 seed. We have come from 1-4 all the way to the potential of a number 1 seed. You got Washington, St. Louis, Carolina, Chicago, Dallas, and San Francisco. So at times, I don't know if we feel like one of the 2 best teams in the league, but right now we are currently ranked the number 1 team in the NFL, which means if the playoffs started, we'd have a first-round bye and we'd have home field advantage, which is kind of crazy. So we got to keep this thing going. We got the back half of the season down the stretch, just 5 games left. There they are. And we're going to be at home for 3 of them. We got the Giants, the Eagles, the Vikings, and then 2 tough ones on the road against playoff teams against the 49ers and the Cowboys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. TB Sports 27 here. Enjoy the rest of your guys' Thanksgiving. We streamed this one on Thanksgiving, so enjoy the rest of your Thanksgiving. Thanks for tuning in, Dan, SK Money, Spencer, and enjoy the rest of today. 5 games left to go. Big business NFL 2K5.